You've probably come to this video looking to change yourself or fix your life for whatever reason. But what if growth doesn't come from change, but from what you realize? Hello, my name is Solane. We talk all things self-improvement, and today I'm going to help you become unrecognizable with a method that will not only change you physically, but will change how you see everything from then on. Now, even give you the main reason why most people will never see the person they want to become in their lifetime and how you can avoid that. I've always seen countless of transformation stories through social media, how I make 100K in a month, how I got my dream lifestyle, and so on and so forth. And at face value, it is so easy to think. It's simple. They wanted to change their circumstances, and that's exactly what they did. But that is not the only factor in the cause of their success. In fact, it's not even the real cause. It's actually an effect of the real cause, realization. For those of you who are looking to reinvent yourself, you must understand that reinvention is realization. When you decide you want to change, it isn't because you simply seen the situation, but it is the fact that you're realizing it is affecting you in some way. The fact that you became aware is what creates the problem, and your desire to fix that problem creates change, and that change is what creates the growth. So we know that reinvention is realization, and realization comes from self-awareness. But if it's that simple, how come everybody doesn't just transform and change into the person that they want to be and live their best life? When you meet a stranger on the street, I'm assuming 80% of the time you're not going to give them flowers or even give them a single glance. Actually, you may even be a little distrusting around them. Why? Because you have no idea who this person is. This is the same situation the majority of people are in, but with themselves. Most people actually walk completely unaware of their actions, let alone who they are. It's almost like they're complete strangers to themselves. What this tells us is that if we are unable to be aware of ourselves, we will always stay a stranger to ourselves and never see the change that we're looking to make in our lives. So how can we start being more aware of who we are and finally see the transformation that we're looking for? We will be using the SAP method, or SAP. What this stands for is Stranger Analysis Protocol. This mimic is supposed to mimic the events that happen when you first meet someone and get to know them with yourself. And it's only 3 stages, and all you really need is something to write in. It could be a Notion or even just a notebook, just something to write stuff down in. When you first meet a new person, the first thing anyone does is getting to know the surface level information. What's your favorite color, Batman or Spider-Man? What's your social security number? Stuff like that, So for the first part of the stage, you will be writing basic information and splitting it into 2 different sections. The first section is you. This is where you put your dislikes, your likes, your values, things like hobbies, music, and movies, any interest you have, and why you like them or dislike them. And this other section, you can give it a random name or call it section 2, but here you'll be putting everything down about the person you want to become, your ideal person. So what are their interests and hobbies? What are their values? What's their likes and dislikes, their goals, aspirations, stuff like that. And don't be afraid to go in depth with this. It's actually better for this method if you go more in depth into the ideal person for this. Once you have finished filling out the 2 parts, it is time to evaluate how far are you from that ideal person. This helps with is realizing the person you want to be and if the person you are now is aligned with that person you want to become. But this is just a guideline, something you will use as a map. Now, by this point, hopefully you have realized a problem. You aren't the person you want to become and you want to change that. So how can you start becoming the person that you want to be? We're going to do this through self-reflection. You hear stuff a lot about self-reflection, especially when related to journaling. This is really the best method. You have to align your actions with the person you want to become. So to make sure this is happening, you need to reflect on your own actions. So with the person you have created, you've probably wrote down some goals that they have. So we can use this ideal person we made as something to strive for every day. So to make sure that you're actually striving to become this person every day, all you have to do daily is ask yourself these 3 questions. What did I do well? What can I do better? And what actionable steps can I take to make sure that I am doing this thing better? And through this, you obviously have to write your answers down. This literally only takes 5 minutes of your day. Do not have to write big blocks of text. A simple 1 to 2 sentences is fine. And it's also the reason why most people fail to change. The self-reflection itself is not what's doing the changing, but it's the actions you take after the self-reflection that is giving you the results. So at this stage of the process, along with the daily self-reflections, you should be taking daily actions with those actionable steps that you put in your self-reflections. The actionable steps itself does not have to be big. In fact, I'd rather suggest that it is actually as simple as possible. It's almost laughable, actually. Like, before you drink your coffee, you drink 1 glass of water. Or when you get out of bed, you do 1 singular push-up. These are just examples, of course. Make sure that they're simple and easy for you to do. And obviously, with time, you can gradually increase the difficulty or frequency of the actionable steps that you do take. And by the end of the 6 months, you will not only have realized who you are, but be better than the person you were 6 months ago. The change. But in order for this to work, you have to be able to be consistent and commit. Which is why I created a playlist which gives you a simple system that will literally 10x this method and your results. And remember, there is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find the ways in which you yourself have altered.